Right now, as you read this, your body is carrying a feature that, as far as scientists can tell, no other animal on Earth has. It isn't your big brain, it isn't your hands, it isn't even language. It's this. When you feel too much, grief, joy, pain, love, salt water leaks out of your eyes. You cry. Think about the last time it happened to you. The sting building behind your eyes, the tightening in your throat, the way the room went blurry. And think about what you did next. You probably looked away, wiped it fast, apologized for it. We treat crying like a glitch, a moment of weakness to hide. But that warm, involuntary flood might be one of the strangest, oldest, and most important things about being human. Because here is what almost nobody stops to realize. Humans are the only animals that cry from emotion. Now, lots of animals make tears. A dog's eyes water, an elephant's eyes leak. A crocodile's eyes run so much we built a phrase around it. But that's plumbing. Those are tears to clean the eye, to wash out dust, to keep the surface wet. No dog has ever wept because it was heartbroken. No crocodile has ever cried at a funeral. Only you do that. Only humans leak water from their faces because of a feeling. Charles Darwin himself was baffled by it. In 1872, he called weeping one of the most peculiar and unexplained expressions humans have. And for over a century since, scientists have been quietly obsessed with a single question. Why? Why would evolution, which is ruthless, which keeps almost nothing useless, build us to cry? The answer runs from a strange experiment in a Minnesota lab, to the very first sound you ever made, to the deepest wiring of how human beings trust each other. And by the end, you may never look at your own tears the same way again. It turns out you don't make one kind of tear. You make three. The first are basal tears, a thin, invisible layer that coats your eyes every second of every day, just to keep them from drying out. The second are reflex tears, the sudden flood when you slice an onion or get a speck of grit under your eyelid. And then there's the third kind, emotional tears, the ones that only come with feeling. In the 1980s, a biochemist named William Frey did something simple but strange. He started collecting people's tears. Onion tears in one set of vials, tears from people watching sad films in another. Then he analyzed what was actually in them. And the two were not the same. The emotional tears held more protein, more manganese, and more stress-related hormones, including one your body floods out when it's under pressure. That led Frey to a striking idea. When you cry from emotion, you may literally be flushing stress chemicals out of your body. Think about that. Crying might not be your body breaking down. It might be your body cleaning itself out. But to really understand why we cry, you have to go all the way back to the very first thing you ever did. You were born. And before you could focus your eyes, before you could speak a single word, before you understood anything at all, you cried. That cry was not random noise. It was the single most powerful tool a newborn has. Because a human baby is born almost helpless. It can't walk. It can't cling. It can't feed itself. It can't run from anything. Compared to a baby horse standing within an hour of birth, a human infant is staggeringly defenseless. All it can do is signal. And a cry is a signal no parent on earth can ignore. It cuts straight through sleep, through distance, through distraction, and it says one thing with total urgency. I need you. Now. For your entire first year of life, crying was your only language. And it is a big part of the reason you survived it. Now here is where it gets genuinely strange. When you cry hard, your vision blurs. The tears physically smear the world in front of you. For a long time, scientists assumed that blurring was just a side effect. Useless. An accident of the plumbing. But some researchers think the blur is the entire point. A person whose eyes are flooded with tears cannot see well enough to fight or to run. So tears may be a kind of honest signal. A flag waved straight from your nervous system that says, I am not a threat. I am overwhelmed. I need help, not harm. And there's evidence people read that signal automatically. In experiments, researchers showed people photographs of crying faces, then digitally erased the tears from the very same faces. The faces with the tears were rated as sadder, as needing more help, and people felt more pulled to comfort them. The tears alone changed everything. They lower other people's defenses. They pull others toward you. In other words, crying may be one of the oldest ways humans have ever had of saying, without a single word, please, come closer. And remarkably, it doesn't work on just one person at a time. Picture a funeral. One person's tears, and within seconds, half the room is wet-eyed too. Crying is contagious in a way almost no other human expression is. A single set of tears can bind a group of strangers together in moments, in grief, and just as powerfully, in joy. We cry at weddings. We cry when someone comes home after a long time away. We cry when something is so beautiful it overwhelms us. So tears don't only signal pain, they signal that something matters enough to break all the way through. They are how we tell each other, across a crowded room, this is real. This counts. And there is one more reason, a quieter one. After a long, hard cry, a real one, many people describe a strange calm afterward, a kind of emptied-out peace. That is not your imagination. Crying shifts your nervous system into the gear that slows you down, the part that tells your body the threat has passed and it's safe to rest. It's why, "I just need a good cry" turns out to be real advice. The cry is the reset button. You don't cry because you've fallen apart. You cry to put yourself back together. So put all of it together. The next time your throat tightens and the world goes blurry, understand what is actually happening inside you. That is not weakness. That is a system far older than language, doing exactly what it was built to do. It is flushing the stress out of your body. It is shifting your nervous system back toward calm. And it is sending the oldest signal human beings have to everyone around you that says, "I'm hurting. Be gentle with me. Come closer." Every other animal on this planet meets its pain in silence. We are the only ones who answer it with tears. We are the only creatures alive that cry because we feel. Maybe that isn't a flaw in being human. Maybe, out of everything we are, it's the most human thing there is.